Chief Election Commissioner Mr. Rajiv Kumar, of course, briefing the press about the dates for the upcoming polls in three northeastern states. Tripura will go to the polls on the 16th of February, followed by Nagaland as well as Meghalaya on the 27th of Feb, with the results to be announced for all the three states on the 2nd of March. So that's the big day. Counting day is the 2nd of March. I'm being joined right now by Mr. Subir Bhaumik, senior journalist, as well as Mr. R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist. Mr. Bhaumik, coming to you first. It's a high-stakes battle in each of these three states where the NDA, of course, has a very strong presence. However, there's been a change in dynamics since the 2018 polls because we've seen a series of defections, especially in Meghalaya, where we had almost 12 congressmen defect to the TMC, 5 others then joined the ruling coalition there. How do you see these three states now playing out as far as the elections are concerned towards the middle of February?
Well, the situation in Tripura is fairly straightforward. The fight will be between BJP on one hand and the Congress CPIM-led Left Front Alliance on the other. But there is a very important third factor here, which you can say the royal factor. Maharaj Pradyut Kishore Dev Varman, the scion of the royal family of Tripura, has set up his new tribal party, which has swept the tribal autonomous district council polls, and they look to be doing very well in the 20 reserved tribal seats. Out of 60, there are 20 reserved seats in Tripura. And if they do very well there, 16, 15 seats, whatever, if they can take, then there will be a very important factor in government making if the other parties don't get a clear majority. If either the BJP or the Congress CPM alliance don't get more than 30 seats, then they will have to fall back on, Tripura Motha, and that will complicate the situation because the tribal party led by Maharaj Pradyut Kishore is demanding some kind of a greater Tripura land, which can actually cause a lot of issues. In Nagaland, well, the big issue is no accord, no Naga accord. When the government came to power in 2014 and they signed the framework agreement a year later in August 2015, there were high hopes in Nagaland that finally there will be an agreement and a closure to the 60-year-old Naga insurgency.
Okay, Mr. Bhaumik, I just need to get a quick word in from Mr. Rajgopalan as well. You've been, of course, hearing very patiently Mr. Rajgopalan about what Mr. Bhaumik said. Sticking to Nagaland, how much do you think the horrible tragedy that took place in Oting, where civilians, of course, died during a shootout that was carried out by the armed forces? It was a case of mistaken identity. It was a botched-up security operation. Do you think that will play on the voters' minds as well? And how do you see Meghalaya playing out as well, Mr. Rajgopalan?
Nagaland, as you said, exactly, yes, it will play upon the mind of voters. It is going to be a crucial one for Nagaland voters, whether to go in for this side or that side, the opposition side or the ruling party side. And second thing, as you mentioned, Meghalaya, as Mr. Bhaumik has very clearly explained, Meghalaya and Tripura and other three states are very, very crucial for BJP because of border states. And second thing, yesterday, even in the National Executive of BJP, Prime Minister suggested that all BJP workers should visit churches. When he mentioned that, he kept this, northeastern states in mind. Second, Mr. Modi also met the Pope in, Jerusalem. And, there are indications.
There's a predominantly Christian state, like you rightly said, Mr. Rajgopalan. I have to interrupt you there. We have to slip into a short break. Mr. Bhaumik as well as Mr. Rajgopalan, thank you for your perspective.